Hello my dear Sagittarius, this is your love and spirituality reading for the mid-month of July 2018 with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. You can see a list with the order I read for the signs in at the community section of my channel, and I read for the signs in the order of most liked videos, so don't forget to hit the thumbs up button for your sign. And thank you all for liking, watching, commenting and subscribing to my channel. I'm so grateful for all of your appreciation. The reading can go both ways. The message is for the people who watch it, so if you cross-watch for another sign and recognize yourself as the main person in the reading, just trust your own intuition and you will get the message you need. For this reading, I used the Osho Zen Tarot by Deva Padma. I have been using it since 1995, and many of you have asked how I have learned to read tarot in the way I do, and this deck has been my main source of inspiration. It works with the wisdom of Zen and can be used together with cards with Zen stories to get an even deeper knowledge of your situation. I will make a shorter 5-card spread to make it more digestible for you. And now I will start shuffling your cards. So, my dear Sagittarius, when I open your deck here, I see celebration and also projections, 7 of Cups in the reversed. So Tree Celebration is a very good card. It's about finding your soul group, finding your tribe, finding the people that makes you happy, and also being social and being out with friends and loved ones, or having family gatherings, or just eating dinner together with friends. It might also be soulmate connection between people, like finding people that you really hit it off with. 7 projections in the reversed, it's a very good card as well, because it kind of shows that you are a little bit like out of the woods. It's like you see clearly now. Okay, so it's a song. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. Okay, so I call the divine with love and light. And here we have 8 of Swords, guilt, together with 7 projections. So sometimes you end up in those situations where you kind of see the devil wherever you look. So you look at your relationships and you see that they are failing you, they are betraying you, people don't love you enough, they think this of you, they gossip about you, they don't have a good agenda. And in many times this is in your head, okay, in your own head. This is not exactly the reality. So it's like you are in 2 different worlds. One where you are enjoying this time together with people, and one where you are deadly scared that they are actually all just fooling you. They are not authentic. They are going to in any second betray you. Neither needs to be true, okay? It might be that well, you have a great time together, but they don't want exactly the same thing as you do. But I don't think it's these extremes that either they love you fully or they're not in love with you at all and just out for your money and glory. So you need to balance up yourself a little, so you're not being thrown between these polarities. You need to be somewhere more in the middle, not overly trusting but not overly suspicious either. Okay, so I called the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world, and we have change here together with the 7 projections. So it seems like you actually have a chance here, Sagittarius, to leave these old patterns behind, because you have grown up. You are now more trusting, but in the same way also more awake, more balanced. So you can recognize these people that wants to betray you now. You don't have to fall into the same hole or in the same pattern, being disappointed in the same way or disappointing others. You can actually start a new and better cycle as it seems, because you have waken up, so you see things more clearly. So that's a very good thing. Okay, and I call the 6 elements: earth, wind, fire, water, spirit and ether to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear Sagittarius viewers. So I want my dear Sagittarius to have love in their lives and to find themselves in loving relationships. I also want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. Okay, so great. So my dear Sagittarius, I will just tune into you and your energy for a few seconds to see what's going on for you in mid-July. Okay. So here is your reading. There we have the 5 comparison in the bottom here. So some of you might have had a fallout with someone where you kind of didn't see eye to eye. You might have been acting more like enemies, not like comrades. You might have acting more like siblings than best friends. Okay, rivalry, siblings. And here we also have 4 turning in the reverse. So it might be that you don't want this anymore, so you kind of have rejected some kind of offer from someone because it was tainted with this not being friends but rather being rivals, so it didn't feel right for you probably. And this is you right now. This is you in the past, you or your situation, and this is you in the future. This is your situation, the person you're with, or the divine, how they have interacted in your life in the past and try to help you to grow and find your dreams. And this is that outside situation, circumstance, or person, or the divine, how they are affecting you into the future. So the first card here is playfulness in the reverse. So Sagittarius doesn't want to play anymore. You don't want to play. You don't want to show overly positivism and kind of become fooled. You don't want to be overly naive and trusting and positive and jump into things and throw yourself over the cliff and then discover that it was so foolish because other people didn't take the jump with you. So I'm thinking you still want what you want, you still dream of what you dream, but you're not going to sacrifice yourself on the altar of love and dreams. You are going to be in a little bit more moderation. You have learned maybe to become a heartbreaker. Okay, you have learned the rules of love these days, and how it might have always been that sometimes someone they can charm you and show a lot of love towards you, but they might not be fully authentic. And it's like I'm feeling you are more authentic to this right now, so you're not throwing yourself into situations. Of course, this is also making your situation less promising, because when we throw ourselves in and give it all, we also have bigger chance to win. But sometimes, or often, like these days, it's very important to become balanced and to not give too much or not too little, because humans are in a certain learning curve where we are to not exploit each other, but not hide away from each other either. But we need balance also here, not overly trusting or overly suspicious, not overly throwing yourself or into a situation or overly holding back. Balance, 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 balance. Everything is about balance. And your job seems to be less intense, so other can take the room of being more intense. It's not always you that are supposed to hunt and court and try. It's needed for other to do this towards you as well. And this is your past, and we have 7 stress here in the reversed. Some of you might have had a little bit weakened boundary, not being able to say no to a situation where someone might have come in with some kind of fluty, not so genuine offering towards you, with the 7 stress here in reversed. This is a person having a lot to do and trying to keep up the glow of, yes, this is so positive, this will work out fine. And then finally the monkey here is able to crack your balloon and everything blows up in your face. And that's when you kind of need to do this, take this self-realization moment and see the truth of what is, even if the truth is not what you wanted it to be. So it's another 7 of cups, 7 of wands. It's very passionate, so it's about your longings and dreams and love, and it might be that you and the reality is not exactly adding up. Either you have had a little bit too weak boundaries, or you learn here to set boundaries, or you have been waking up to being needing to sort a little bit in what you are letting into your life or not. Okay, so, and this is your future, and we have receptivity. It's the Queen of Cups in reverse. So some of you might have been dealing with Scorpio, Cancer, or a Pisces person. But I'm thinking this is also showing you that you don't want to be, you don't want to overshare yourself or be overly optimistic or be overly empathic. It's like you're withdrawing a little bit from your normal, beautiful, wonderful self, because in some way maybe someone has exploited you, or maybe it didn't pay off in the way you wanted it to. So it's like you have fallen a little bit, and you need to rise yourself up and dust yourself off. The fall wasn't to no fault of your own. It's not personal. It's just that you needed to do this reality check. Okay, so you didn't throw yourself into situations with your own energy, investing everything of your energy, and then realizing that it wasn't a two-way street. Okay, so receptivity in the reverse. It might be that you're hiding your emotion from someone. Maybe you have stopped fighting for them, or stopped pursuing them. You're not going to show your vulnerability or your enthusiasm in this situation anymore, because it doesn't feel you don't feel up for it. I can't see exactly why, but my feeling is that you in some way have been used, or someone has used your very marvelous energy to take from you. So that's why you have you're not so positive anymore. And this is the past of the situation, circumstance, or person. And it's an 8 of Wands in the reversed. So 8 of Wands is a very beautiful card about progress. And it's Sagittarius. So it's about communication, crystal clear communication, making room for no misunderstandings. People coming, maybe apologizing to you, or you apologizing to them. Sorting out everything that has been in the past, and that's needed to be sorted out, misunderstandings, making everything like crystal clear. When it's in the reverse, it might be that you wanted to be crystal clear, or someone was crystal clear with you, but maybe you didn't want to hear the truth, or they didn't want to hear the truth. We have both 7 and 8 of Wands here. So, and this non-truth or this non-openness have kind of made you given up on something, and this beautiful love that you were ready to share is now withdrawn. It's like you gave an offer and now it's withdrawn because of the lack of support. Because when you hold love energy like this strong love energy, so much enthusiasm and unconditional love, and people don't fight for you, they just see you as they just take you for granted, then you of course you lose inspiration. It's not funny. So you don't want to invest in this situation. It's only natural, and it's very good. It's very, very, very good that you have been wakening up. Okay. And here we have 3 of Swords, isolation in the reversed. So I'm feeling that you might have been dealing with someone that has a wound that they want to avoid. But from this, whatever happened, this kind of showdown that must have happened here, I'm thinking this person is going to also need to take a closer look at their heart. There might be a frozen heart there. And the frozen heart, either in you or this other person or this situation, is the reason for everything going so wrong. Because when we get cold, we hurt each other in the same way that we once self got hurt. And it's indicated what's needed for this situation to heal, and it's for tears to come out, for people to get unfrozen. Maybe there will be a tsunami wave with spring water from this iceberg here, where you or someone else have been emerged. Okay, very cold and isolated. Someone else's heartbreak might have affected you. So now it's not like your heart is broken. It's more like you don't want to invest because the person was withdrawn and didn't invest. So then you don't do this either. It's very grown up, I think. Of course, we want playfulness and unconditional love, but if that's not offered to us, we can't just run on fumes and like our own energy and try to fix the situation that's not actually what it seems. If it's not wonderful, it's not worth your investment. So I will read this center card for you because it's very important since it's in the middle. I will read the upright message. So, life is rarely as serious as we believe it to be, and when we recognize this fact, it responds by giving us more and more opportunities to play. So when you don't take this so serious, you don't see it as like the end of your life because someone was too complicated to open up to you, then life will be easier for you. The woman in this card is celebrating the joy of being alive, like a butterfly that has emerged from its chrysalis into the promise of the light. She reminds us of the time when we were children, discovering seashells on the beach or building castles in the sand without any concern that the waves might come and wash them away in the next moment. She knows that life is a game and she's playing the part of a clown right now with no sense of embarrassment or pretense. When the Page of Fire enters your life, it's a sign that you are ready for the fresh and new. Something wonderful is just on the horizon and you have just the right quality of playful innocence and clarity to welcome it with open arms. So this says that even if this situation wasn't for you and creativity and success was blocked due to someone doesn't want to acknowledge their heartbreak, it's still saying that you have this capacity. So just the right opportunity needs to present itself for you and then you can go out in full blossom. So it's nothing wrong with how you relate to people in your relationships. It's just that you are being tested by the universe, being put in a situation that's not so rewarding to see if you will take the bait or if you actually respect yourself more than that. So the moment you start seeing life as non-serious, playful, all the burden on your heart disappears. All the fear of death, of life, of love, everything disappears. One start living with a very light weight or almost no weight. One becomes so weightless, one can fly in the open sky. And it doesn't mean that you have to do things that you don't like. You do whatever brings you joy, not what brings the other person joy. You do what brings you joy. You trust your own instincts and not selling yourself off short. Sen's greatest contribution is to give you an alternative to the serious man. The serious man has made the world. The serious man has made all the religions. He has created all the philosophies, all the cultures, all the moralities. Everything that exists around you is a creation of the serious man. Sen has dropped out of this serious world. It has created a world of its own, which is very playful, full of laughter, where even great masters behave like children. It's like you have sobered up from this. I'm thinking this is what Sagittarius is made of, this beautiful energy. But you are ready to put in this energy wherever it would be fruitful. But it's like right now, maybe you are in a little bit period where there's no great offerings because people are so involved with dealing with their own. This might be a situation with another person that's trying to get to know themselves and, you know, coming closer and closer to their pain, and they are kind of refusing every step of the way here. So that is not a situation for you to fully engage yourself, because if you do this with a person that might be on a way to a breakdown, it's not going to be fertile, not for you and not for them. They will have to keep up a smile on their face for something that's not happy for them, and you will try to figure out what's wrong. But what's wrong is that people are now being forced to face themselves, and it's very hard, and it's making people acting weird. So it's not about you. It's just that in this situation, it's not prosperous to invest, not right now. It might come a better time. So, heaven sent. It's something with this energy. You can see this here is very white. So it's something here. It wasn't a bad situation. It was not a unfruitful situation. It was a destined situation. And it seems like you acted exactly as you were supposed to. You were heaven sent in this situation because you listened to your intuition and you followed your guidance. Just as we receive gifts in the physical world through the thoughtfulness of others to acknowledge how much we mean to them, so too we receive gifts on other levels, including the spiritual level. So, and I'm thinking this has been missing because people haven't really acknowledged how much you mean to them, is what I'm seeing here. But I will move on and see. A spiritual gift is something that happens through grace. We can ask for help and it may be given in response to that request. All requests for help are answered. A spiritual gift can also be given without us asking for anything at all, at least not consciously. Sometimes it is our hearts that cry out for help. While we are busy getting on with our to-do lists, we don't often stop to think about what our hearts might need. If we do, and an immediate solution is not obvious, we just get on with life, either letting the issue be or taking the more painful option of dwelling on it without seeing how it might be resolved. I'm thinking Sagittarius were very open for this, both showing thoughtfulness, but you wanted it back. And now when it was not granted to you, it feels very painful, and you might be drawn to dwell on why this is so. Okay. However, there is a loving benevolence in life that knows exactly what we need and how it can best come to us, even when we are not quite so clear. This force actively seeks to assist us in walking our life path. That loving sweetness is being offered to you now, or soon will be, in the form of a spiritual gift. Your spiritual gift may be symbolic. It may be something that seems ordinary but holds a lot of meaning to you. It might be an object that catches your eye and mesmerizes you. You might think you are appreciating how lovely it looks, but it is underlying energy that captures you. Something in the appearance, color, or shape speaks to you and is perhaps answering an unspoken prayer. It is not the object that is the gift, that is just the wrapping. The actual gift is subtle, yet effective empowerment. It is like a spiritual booster shoot that helps you move forward in life with additional zing, extra strength, and great peace. You will be empowered to accomplish tasks that you may have nearly but not quite been able to manage on your own through the bestowal of a spiritual gift. The spiritual gift may or may not be recognizable to you. It may be very obvious, like an offer, a windfall, a trip, a friendship, a new lover, or a remarkable healing in a current relationship. It might be far more subtle and even more powerful, such as a jolt of energy that allows you to perceive things differently all of a sudden and perhaps solve a problem that has been plaguing you. It will be bestowed as and when it's needed in the form that will best serve the love in you. Let yourself be helped. Assistance is coming your way, so act on it and say yes. If you have, so this is what you feel helpless here because you felt like you did everything right and yet things went so wrong. But as I said, it's not really about you. It's the whole world. People are going through great changes, and this energy here needed to see themselves, and you helped them. You were crucial to help them, and you think, what about me? And the divine says, ask for it and you will have it. Okay, and probably kind of imminent things will come. And imminent, it can be everything from tonight and maybe to the end of the summer. Okay, so it depends on what kind of things it is, but it's very beautiful cards here, working very beautiful together. So whatever you have done from the eyes of the divine, it was grandiose. It was like a great thing that you did, a real accomplishment. And for you, it felt like losing. But actually, you were kind of the guidepost for someone or an energy or a situation or a person or society or something, where you kind of showed the way with not selling yourself off or standing in your own truth here. And kind of, it's like you have sacrificed something for the greater good for all. Okay. So, my dear Sagittarius, I hoped that helped, and I want to invite you to check out my webpage, www.queenofcupstarot.se. I also welcome you back to my August reading that I will perform in mid-month July. So until then, take really good care and, you know, give your pat on the shoulder for a job well done. Okay, Sagittarius. Bye-bye.